All right, I've got 6:30, so I'll call to order this meeting of the Columbus Common Council regular meeting for Tuesday, November 7th, 2017. Pat, whenever you're ready, could you please take the roll?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. There you go.
Breaking down already.
Hendrickson,
Here.
Kenny,
Here.
Malat,
Here.
Reed. Oh, sorry. Rule,
Here.
Traxler,
Here.
Tome.
Here. Thank you. If able, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This meeting has been noticed appropriately and in accordance with state statutes and local ordinances. Next is correspondence and communication. We have one item on our agenda this evening, which is a recognition of Russell Dykstra's 34 years of service with the fire department. I have a resolution of commendation to Russell Dykstra for his service, and I will recite that now. Whereas Russell Dykstra has retired from his position with the Columbus Fire Department, having served since September 1983, and whereas the fire service was very important to Russell as he served for 34 years, including being promoted to engineer in 2004 and to lieutenant in 2014. And whereas Russell was a longtime driver-operator with the department, and whereas engineer Russell was a trainer for all driver-operators within the department, as well as a trainer for extrication, and whereas whenever anything needed attention or repairs around the fire station, Russell was the person to call on. And whereas Russell has an extensive list of training and certifications for the fire service, was a very active member, and was a leader in the department. Now therefore, in recognition and appreciation of the efforts put forth by Russell Dykstra for 34 years as an active member of the Columbus Fire Department, the Mayor, Common Council, and the entire community extend our sincere appreciation and gratitude and wish him good health and leisure to enjoy life to its fullest. Thank you, Russell. If you would come forward to the podium, I have a plaque and a copy of the resolution to give to you. Yeah, if you want to make a speech, the floor is yours, Russell.
We're good.
All right.
Thank everyone for the years.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We were good.
All right, I guess we forgot to approve the agenda before we did that, sorry. Unless there's any alterations or deletions, I'll take a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the agenda as presented. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. As far as correspondence and communications, I didn't see anyone signed up back there. Was there anyone else present this evening that wanted to sign up under citizen comment? Seeing none, then we'll move on to the consent agenda. Thank you. On the consent agenda, we have council minutes for October 17th, HLPC minutes for October 11th, recreation minutes for October 2017, picnic license wine walk November 25th. We have an amendment to include an additional stop for the Black Kettle, and also a picnic license for the Redbud Players' It's a Wonderful Life live radio play for December 1st and 2nd at the Community Center. Any questions on the consent agenda or any wishes to separate any of those items out? If none, I'll take a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented. Any questions on the motion? Reagan? Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, the consent agenda is approved. Thank you. There's no unfinished business tonight. So on to new business number 1, which is consider and take action for application fee and license fee for permit to harbor chickens in the city. This went through the committee of the whole for discussion at the last committee of the whole meeting, where a fee was set for both the license and the permit fees, I believe. And it looked like the consensus was $25 for the application fee and $15 for the license fee for the chicken permit. Any further questions on this? For anyone in the crowd this evening, this is just setting the price to go along with those. It's not issuing a license. So just for clarification. Unless there are any questions, I'll take a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second to approve the application fee and license fee for permit to harbor chickens in the city of Columbus. Any questions on that? Seeing none, all those in, well, do we do a voice or a roll on that?
Either is fine.
Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Number 2, consider and take action on contract with Dodge County Humane Society Stray Dogs for 2018. This went through the committee of the whole for discussion as well, and I believe that we had settled on the lump sum of $1,900 to cover up to 10 domestic stray animals. Animals in excess of 10 will be charged at $225 per animal over 10, and that the municipality contracts for domestic dogs only, and that the Humane Society must have approval before accepting any animal. Any questions on that? Chief Meister's here. Was 10 sufficient for this year?
Yes.
Signifying that that was fine, so. Unless there's any further questions, I'll take a motion to approve that contract with Dodge County Humane Society.
Motion to approve the contract with Dodge County Humane Society for Stray Dogs 2018.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. Any question on that motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Number 3, consider and take action on request by John and Judy Morshauser to approve a condo plat for condos on the Green 2 on River Road. I believe this went through the Plan Commission. There is information in the packet from Rupert Milkey, City Engineer. There are no comments to be cleared up unless there's any questions. We have Jason Letha here if anyone has questions. Otherwise, I'll take a motion to approve that.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve a condo plat for condos on the Green 2 on River Road for John and Judy Morshauser. Let's take a roll call on that, please.
Hendrickson,
Aye.
Kenny,
Aye.
Malat,
Aye.
Reed. Rule,
Aye.
Traxler,
Aye.
unanimous.
Thank you. On to number 4 then. Consider and take action on a pay request from Nelson Excavating for 2017 sanitary sewer system repairs. This should have gone through the committee of the whole for discussion. I don't believe there was any hiccups on that. I'm trying to find the memo page for the total amount on here. Okay. There we go. Sorry, I just skipped a page. All right. Rupert Milkey's making a recommendation to execute the change order and progress payment in the amount of $68,733.62. Are there any questions on that? If none, I'll take a motion to approve the pay request.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the pay request from Nelson Excavating in the amount of $68,733.62. Any discussion on the motion? If none, let's take a roll call on that, please, Pat.
Kenny,
Aye.
Malat.
Aye.
Reed. Rule,
Aye.
Traxler.
Aye.
Hendrickson,
Aye.
unanimous.
Thank you. On to number 5, consider and take action on a change order connected to the storm sewer on the Hall Road and Drexel projects. This was presented to those in attendance at the budget workshop council meeting last Thursday night to kind of get us up to speed on what was happening. We do have a recommendation from Rupert Noki in order to keep this project moving forward and on time. The change order would reflect the installation of a shared stormwater pipe out there. The cost reimbursable to the city would be calculated at $6,621.25. There weren't really a whole lot of questions during the discussion last Thursday. It seemed to make sense to all those in attendance. Jason is here, though, if anybody has any questions for him. Matt?
I actually have a question for you, Patrick. In the letter dated the 1st of November from R&M on the last paragraph on the back, upon acceptable completion, we then recommend invoice and Drexel per your agreement for blah, 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 based on a verbal agreement. Do we have anything harder, more solid than a verbal agreement since this conversation? I guess, is there any concern? It might have been discussed during the meeting that I was unable to attend, but I just kind of felt a little bit unsure about a verbal agreement.
At this point, no. I guess if the council is agreeable, it could be approval contingent. But there hasn't been anything additional since this came to light last week.
Okay.
Well, the development agreement has the clause in that states that they will reimburse the city as the cost is calculated by the city engineer, determined by me. We provided the quote to Drexel and then had the conversation, and in conversation with Drexel, verbally agreed that that amount was acceptable to them to be 25%. So
We're locked in on the language that was in the actual.
yes,
Okay.
so the agreement says there to reimburse us as determined by me. We just wanted to make sure that we came up with, before we brought it back to you guys, we wanted to make sure that we had some kind of agreement on their side, so we didn't approve something and then have Drexel say, well, wait a minute, we're questioning your methodology or we're questioning something. So based off of that, the verbal agreement was that we kind of reached the agreement on what the reimbursement would be. They have by development agreement, understanding that they are to reimburse us whatever we determine that to be, so.
Thank you.
Any other questions from council on this? If none, I'll take a motion to approve that change order.
I'll make a
moved.
motion to approve the change order for the Hall Road storm sewer.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the change order connected to the storm sewer on Hall Road and the Drexel projects, which would be the total amount of $26,485. Then we'd be reimbursed the $66.21 from Drexel. Any further discussion on that? Let's take a roll call on that then, please.
Malat?
Aye.
Reed? Rule?
Aye.
Traxler?
Aye.
Hendrickson?
Aye.
Kenny?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you. Number 6, then, consider and take action on applications for operators licenses for Catherine Jackson and J.C. Hengst. Were there any additional names outside of that, Pat? Okay, just those two. Unless there's any questions, I'll entertain a motion to approve those operators licenses.
Motion to approve the operator license for Catherine Jackson and J.C. Hengst.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve applications for Catherine Jackson and J.C. Hengst. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Operators' licenses are approved. Thank you. Number 7, consider and take action on the claims in the amount of $180,000.39. Any questions on the claims or any wishes to separate any of the claims out of the packet? If none, I'll take a motion to approve the claims.
Motion to approve the claims packet as presented.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the claims in the amount of $503,180.39. Let's take a roll call on that, please.
Reed? Rule?
Aye.
Traxler?
Aye.
Hendrickson?
Aye.
Kenny?
Aye.
Malat?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you. On to report of city officers. I've got a few things. If you don't mind, I'll jump in first, Patrick. Sure. I did attend the public information meeting last Tuesday at the Senior Center for the upcoming 2018 street projects. Jason was there. Patrick Vandersand was there. Eric Anthem from Water and Light was there. DP Director Davis Clark, as well as Alderman Kenny were in attendance. There was a handful of residents that did attend the meeting with some questions and to look at some very preliminary drawings of the project. I guess I was there both as a mayor and a resident who was going to be impacted by the project, and I will say I've been very happy about the contact information that's been sent out. I did receive a letter at my home informing me, and also the day of the meeting received a hanger on my door about the lead lateral replacement notifications. So I do think that we're doing a good job of getting the word out there. There are 2 other public information meetings that will be scheduled as we proceed on this project, and encourage others that are along those corridors to show up and ask questions so they're informed of what will be happening. So thanks to everybody that was in attendance there. The Canadian Pacific Holiday train stop is scheduled for Sunday, December 3rd this year. We're notified that we will have a full stop again this year, or it's a full show by the performer, which is great. The scheduled stop is for approximately 9 p.m., but there will be activities for all beginning earlier in the evening, as was last year and the year before. City staff has met and will continue to prepare for the event, and this event has been significantly growing in recent years, and thanks again to everyone helping to prepare for this event. Also, the annual Columbus Holiday Parade and tree lighting is scheduled for Friday, November 24th. Parade begins at 6:30 p.m. and will proceed downtown on Ludington Street and end at the library lawn, where Santa will assist us with the annual tree lighting ceremony. And I also learned late last week that the Columbus Discovery Charter School 3rd grade class visited our wastewater treatment plant, and wanted to thank the Columbus Fall River Rotary Club and member Henry St. Maurice for apparently obtaining a WASH grant, which has enabled this to happen. Helps with transportation expenses for these field experiences at the Discover Chartery School. Thanks to John Namer and Ryan Hoffman for presenting to Mrs. Zietlow's class at the plant. From my understanding, this grant is going to help the Discovery Charter School do several field experiences throughout the school year, possibly visiting Columbus Water and Light, Columbus County Solid Waste Site, as well as some water quality monitoring on the Crawfish River. So this is a pretty exciting partnership. And last, I'll mention that we are live streaming for the first time on Vimeo tonight. That's why that camera's up there. I think Jesse's trying to look, has a few people watching to make sure everything is running correctly. So this is something new for us, but thanks to the Cable Commission for getting live streaming in this room. So that's all I had. Patrick?
Thank you, Mayor. A couple of more nuts and boltsy type things here tonight. The question that is probably on everyone's mind is, when's James Street going to open up? I still don't have that answer, but hope we will get a little bit closer to it when we meet tomorrow with the contractors and the DOT. By the sounds of it, they're just putting on the final touches to things that you need to have, like working traffic lights and the striping and everything, and those are things that they're focused on this week. So as soon as we know, I think the motorists will know that they'll be able to run the whole strip, so it's coming soon. Just a reminder, more coming from DPW than any is those who have the automated carts to remember to put them on the terraces rather than in the curb gutter lines. That's going to present a problem with snow plowing operations. So was sent that reminder. We've got that out on the city website. So anybody who's watching, just be mindful of that. And Greg reports that there's still just a couple of properties yet to receive carts. So mostly in the downtown area. So those are ongoing and should be finished up real soon. Lastly, the brush and leaf pickup by DPW runs through November 17th, and the recycling center closes on Saturday, December 2nd. Thank you. That's it.
Thanks, Patrick. Anybody have anything up here? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to agenda item number 9, which is to convene to close session pursuant to State Statute 19.85, Sub 1, Sub C, considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data for any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, specifically for the city clerk's position. We would need a motion and a second to go into closed session.
Motion to go into closed session.
Second.
Motion, we need a roll call on that, correct? Yes. We have a motion and a second to go into closed session.
Rule,
Aye.
Traxler,
Aye.
Hendrickson,
Aye.
Kenny,
Aye.
Malat,
Aye.
Reed, unanimous.
Thank you. We will be going into closed session briefly, and we'll be returning back to open session for possible action and then also adjournment. So see you in a few minutes. Thank you.